She's been called Hawaii's destroyer, the USS Chung-Hoon, and no one is prouder of this ship than the namesake's niece.
Very proud, yeah, very proud as his niece for the family to have someone notable as that. If I'm able to, I will greet them, and I also, if they're going to be deployed, I try my best to be there when they leave the island and serve their term. I feel like the mother of the ship, and I feel that it's my duty to be with them.
Born in Honolulu on July 25, 1910, Gordon Paea Chung-Hoon attended Punahou School. In 1934, he became the first person of Chinese and Native Hawaiian ancestry to graduate from the Naval Academy. While there, he starred on the football team as both a halfback and as the team's kicker.
My dad had said he would kick the ball barefoot. Now, I don't know if it was a local thing because that thought would be now. And back then, I think it would be more comfort and at ease with the ball. So, yeah, that's what my dad said.
In the 1958 Sports Illustrated Silver Anniversary issue, Gordon was featured as one of the outstanding college football players from 1933 who had gone on to achieve success. It almost didn't happen. Gordon was serving on the USS Arizona in December of 1941, but happened to be on shore leave when the Japanese attacked.
Physically, he wasn't on the Arizona. He was at home, and that was in Waikiki. And he had gotten off, from my dad, he had gotten off his duty and was at home, and then he was contacted and he went back to Pearl Harbor. Contacted when everything started to happen.
3 years later, Gordon would be commanding his own ship, the USS Sigsby. During the spring of 1945, it would help shoot down 20 enemy planes. But on April 14th off the coast of Okinawa, the Sigsby was nearly sunk by a kamikaze suicide pilot. 23 men died and 75 were injured during the battle. Despite the casualties and severe damage, he kept his anti-aircraft guns firing and personally directed repair operations.
He went right in with his men, his sailors, and helped them. He didn't delegate. There was no time for delegation. He just went in and helped with them.
The damage was so severe, Admiral William Halsey ordered the Sigsby to be scuttled, but Gordon refused and got it back to port safely.
And he persevered, and he said, no, we're not going to do that. My men and I, we're not going to do that. So it continued on.
Following the battle, Gordon received the Navy Cross and the Silver Star for his conspicuous gallantry and extraordinary heroism. Upon retirement in 1959, he was promoted to Rear Admiral, making him the first Asian American to achieve that rank in U.S. Navy history. His service would not end there. In 1961, he was appointed by then Governor William Quinn to head the Hawaii Department of Agriculture. In the 70s, Gordon raised cattle in Waianae and loved to sing and play instruments with family members. This is a rare recording of him performing with his brothers. Gordon died on July 24, 1979, one day before his 69th birthday. He's buried at the National Cemetery of the Pacific, but his spirit lives on in the USS Chung-Hoon. In January of 2003, his niece christened the ship in Pascagoula, Mississippi.
The ship was majestic and regal, and I felt very honored to do something like that. So once in a lifetime, and not many people are able to do something like that. And it was a surprise to me because Uncle Gordon would not even think of having something named after him. But after everything was done, it's the men and women that make the ship.
In September of 2004, the ship was commissioned at her home port of Pearl Harbor. Then Governor Linda Lingle was among the speakers.
USS Chung-Hoon stands as an icon of bravery, just like the late Rear Admiral Gordon Chung-Hoon, one of Hawaii's native sons who served his country with such great distinction. But to the Chung-Hoon family, I want you to know that I'm speaking on behalf of all the people of the state when I tell you how proud we are of Gordon Paea Chung-Hoon.
With the Hawaiian Islands painted on her stern, the ship's motto is "Imua e no koa kai," go forward, sea warriors. Gordon did get married, but had no kids of his own. But you could say the men and women who serve on the Chung-Hoon are his children, and his niece is watching over them.
Because they're so young. Most of them are so young. And I just want them to go out and come back as soon as they can and in healthy condition. So I honor them, and I'm just grateful that we have something in our family so that the men and women who serve on the ship can continue with this legacy.